Life was tough. Kwame knew this from a young age. Growing up in a small village, he saw his parents struggle every day. His father, a farmer, toiled under the hot sun. His mother, a trader, walked miles to sell her wares. They barely made ends meet. Kwame, the eldest of 5, yearned for a better life for his family. He believed education was the key. Kwame excelled in school. He studied hard, earning top marks. His teachers praised his intelligence and determination. He dreamt of going to university, getting a good job, and lifting his family out of poverty. But life had other plans. His father fell ill, unable to work. The weight of the family fell on Kwame's young shoulders. He persevered, juggling schoolwork with odd jobs. He tutored younger children, helped his mother at the market, and did any work he could find. He was determined to finish school, even if it meant sacrificing his own needs. His family was counting on him, and he wouldn't let them down. Kwame graduated with honors, a proud moment tinged with anxiety. The job market was brutal. He applied everywhere, his resume clutched in sweaty hands. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Rejections piled up. Despondency set in. National service offered a glimmer of hope. 2 years of mandatory service to the nation. A chance to gain work experience. Maybe even save some money. Kwame was assigned to a government office in the city. The work was menial, the pay a pittance. Still, he saved every cedi he could. He shared a cramped room with other young men, all chasing the same elusive dream. A good job, a better life. The end of his service arrived with a thud, back to square one. The job market remained as unforgiving as ever. His savings dwindled. Hope began to fade. 3 years. 3 long, agonizing years, Kwame searched for a decent job. He swallowed his pride, took on menial jobs. Security guard, bus conductor, construction worker, anything to survive, to send a little something home to his family. The city, once a beacon of hope, now felt like a cage. He saw others his age driving fancy cars, living the good life. What was he doing wrong? He was educated, hardworking, honest. Yet here he was, stuck in a rut, his dreams turning to dust. One evening, he bumped into Kofi, an old schoolmate. Kofi, always the street-smart one, seemed to be doing well for himself. New clothes, a shiny phone. Kofi listened to Kwame's woes, a knowing smile playing on his lips. "There are other ways to make money, my friend," he said, his eyes gleaming with a dangerous light. Section 4. A Desperate Gamble. Kofi's world was a far cry from Kwame's. It was a world of quick deals, easy money, and blurred lines between right and wrong. He called it hustling. To Kwame, it sounded like fraud. His conscience screamed at him, but desperation drowned out the voice. He was tired of being honest and poor. He needed a break, a chance to finally provide for his family. Kofi, sensing his hesitation, dangled promises of riches. "Just one job," he urged. "Think of your family, Kwame. This could be your ticket out of poverty." Blinded by desperation, Kwame agreed. He told himself it was just a temporary detour, a means to an end. He'd go back to being honest once he had enough money. Their first attempt was a disaster, a poorly planned online scam that quickly unraveled. They barely escaped the police, losing everything they earned and more. Kwame was ready to quit, to return to his life of honest poverty. But Kofi, ever the smooth talker, had another plan, a foolproof plan. This time, he was taking Kwame to meet someone who could help them. Section 5. The Babalawo's Shadow. They arrived at a dilapidated shrine on the outskirts of the city. The air hung heavy with the scent of incense and something else, something unidentifiable but unsettling. Kofi, unfazed, led Kwame through a maze of dark corridors. They finally reached a dimly lit room. A figure sat cross-legged on a mat, his face hidden in the shadows. "This is the Babalawo," Kofi whispered. "He can help us." The Babalawo, a man of indeterminate age, peered at Kwame with piercing eyes. He spoke in riddles, his voice a low growl that sent shivers down Kwame's spine. He spoke of ancient powers, of rituals that could bring untold wealth. All he asked for in return was a small token of their faith. Kofi urged Kwame to agree. He himself seemed strangely unconcerned by the Babalawo's sinister aura. Fear warred with desperation in Kwame's heart. He knew he was in over his head, but he couldn't turn back now. He was trapped in a web of his own making, and the spider was waiting to be continued.